off.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Unreliable Podcast number 11. I am Josh.
I'm Pedro.
So we haven't done one in a while. I was at the GameStop conference this past week, so I've been kind of busy. They announced a lot of cool stuff in the past couple weeks, though.
How long has it been since we've done a podcast?
About like 2 weeks.
Has it really only been 2 weeks?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been longer than that. I don't know.
Really?
When did NCAA come out?
That was in July.
It's September, so
It's been about a month.
It was sometime between there.
You notice that every podcast we're like, yeah, we'll get better. We'll do one next week. Or the week after.
It's only going to get worse during the holidays, I promise, so bear with us.
See, now we're starting to get honest.
Yeah. What have you been playing in the past month, then?
In the past month, wow. I've been playing Saints Row recently. Saints Row.
Yeah, Saints Row's awesome.
4, right? Not the 4th. It's just 4.
Just Saints Row 4, yeah.
That game's pretty awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I just finished like one set of side quests, and I'm doing side quests for this little robot dude now, and he's pretty cool. So.
Oh yes, Sid.
Yeah, Sid. That's his name. Yep, that's what I've been doing.
I beat it. What?
You beat the game already?
I did.
Oh,
I didn't beat all the side quests. I was just like, I'm just gonna do the story.
Yeah, I want to make sure I do all the side quests just so I can get all the achievements. So.
Well, they have that mode where you can keep playing after you beat the game. You know, nothing changes.
Yeah. Well, it's easier to level up and stuff too as I'm playing.
That's true.
If I'm doing all the side quests, get all the money I need. So.
Yeah, it's fun. It has its funny moments, and I like the whole superpower thing. I know a lot of people are like, they overpower you way too soon, but...
Yeah, I haven't touched a car after I got the abilities. There's no point. You can get around much faster.
Reminds me a lot of Crackdown.
Crackdown, exactly.
For multiple reasons. You got the clusters instead of orbs.
Yeah.
I also like how they vary it up. You know, it's not always... You don't always have your superpowers. There's some missions that you do that it's like, you don't have your superpowers in this mission.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. Because it's in a nice, like, this is how I used to play Saints Row.
Yeah.
So, I like how they break that up.
Yeah.
But I love the superpowers. I mean, it gets...
Yeah, it's cool. I just got telekinesis, so I'm, like, picking stuff up and throwing it around. That's awesome. A lot of fun.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. What else have you been playing? That's all I've been playing, literally. That's it. That and Fire Emblem. I am still playing Fire Emblem.
I'm still playing Animal Crossing. It's still got me pretty good. Played Splinter Cell for a little bit. The game's super hard. I played the first mission. It took me about an hour, and I died about 15 times. So that was painful.
Fun times.
Yeah. Saints Row has been playing a little bit. I just got Disney Infinity the week before last.
So how's that?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Much better than Skylanders, in my opinion.
Not gonna lie, I'll probably pick that up when they have like Star Wars figures and Marvel figures.
Yeah, and unfortunately they haven't come out and announced any of that stuff yet, but we have confirmation about like a Toy Story.
Yep, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and the cool thing is like it's a whole new story based in that world with all the same characters, and when they get the same voice actors and all that stuff too. So that's really cool. It definitely feels like a continuation of that world. So
are they using some of the same voice cast in the current figures? Like this Jack Sparrow have his.
I don't think it's Johnny Depp,
no?
But it sounds just like him.
Really?
Yeah. So at least they're trying. They're not just like trying to glaze over it and just be blatantly obvious that it's not even close.
Right. If it's not the actual actor, they get someone that sounds exactly like him.
Yep. They sound very similar.
What about the Monsters Inc. Mike and
I have only played the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh really?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like Skylanders where I could play through the game in about 8 hours total. But the Pirates level took me about 6.5 hours, and I didn't even do everything I could.
Now, when you say level, you mean like the play set?
Yes.
The figures each come with like a play set.
But each play set is like an open world game.
And
I can get into a ship on Pirates and just drive around, go to a different island, do quests on a different island.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's its own little...
It's its own game.
Yeah.
Like the $40 play set for cars, totally worth it. It's a 7-hour game by itself.
And so only the characters of that playset are allowed to play in that playset. Is that correct?
Yes. You can use any characters you want in the toy box, but like if you want to do 2-player pirates, you have to have 2 pirates characters.
Right.
And that's the same for everyone. That's why the playsets come with 2 characters from that set.
Makes sense.
So
now explain a little bit more of the toy box, because that's like the huge differentiator from Skylanders and Disney Infinity. Did you get the...
Well, one thing is, like, anything you unlock in the story mode for every character or every playset will unlock in Toy Box mode as well, so you can use it in Toy Box mode. Toy Box mode is basically just a free-for-all, customize whatever you want, do whatever you want in this world. It's like Little Big Planet. That's the best way I can describe it, because you can make literally anything. One of the demos I've seen was they set up 2 soccer goals on opposite ends, and then they put a scoreboard on the side, and they told the scoreboard that when the ball goes in this goal, it adds a point to team 1. When the ball goes in this goal, it adds a point to team 2. And the game is smart enough to know. It's like you're programming your own game within the game.
It's pretty awesome.
So, yeah, it's pretty intense.
So you've been having fun with it?
Yeah, it's awesome. Other than that, I haven't really been playing anything. No, nothing really.
I got you.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Dragon Crown, but I was like, I'm kind of tired of my Vita, so that's all gone. I traded that stuff in.
Yeah, and
that's why I didn't do a video, by the way. Just in case the 2 of you were wondering.
The thing with the Vita is it just got a price drop too. It went down to $199.
Yep. That was pretty big. And it comes with Walking Dead now.
And a 4 gig memory card.
And a 4 gig memory card. Yeah.
So
quite the price drop.
Yeah, it's a good bundle.
The only issue with that system is it doesn't have any games.
Sony's tried to say that there's going to be at least 30 games come out by the end of the year.
Right.
They include PlayStation Network titles into that too. So
exactly, and that's the problem. They have like 9 retail games, AAA games, or I guess A games for the Vita.
Killzone and Tearaway are the big ones.
Yeah, and so you have 9 real titles, and then everything else it's a PlayStation Network game.
Yeah,
it's an indie game, which is there's nothing wrong with that. It's just
Sound Shapes is probably one of the coolest games I've played in a long time.
It is awesome.
And that came out purely digital.
Yep.
So, and at least Sony does a thing where the cross-buy, or if you buy it for the Vita, you get the PS3 copy as well. So that's nice. If you have a PS3.
Which I don't. So that was
again no huge titles coming out for that besides like Beyond.
For the PS3.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if no huge exclusive. But at least they have exclusive. Microsoft doesn't really have any 360 exclusive coming out. Okay, so Fable Anniversary. It's not a new Fable game. It's a Fable game that came out way back when for the original Xbox.
So? Like Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. That is a brand new game in my opinion.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And Fable
Anniversary.
It includes the Lost Chapters, and it's got...
That's fine. I played all of that.
Yeah, well...
And it was great. Fable's an awesome franchise. I love it.
Yeah.
But I already played it, so...
It'll be good. It'll be good to play again, though. I don't know what else they have coming out this year that's exclusive.
The Halo 4 Game of the Year edition. Are you going to count that as a new game?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Titanfall's coming out though.
Yeah, next year. We'll get to Titanfall because I have questions about that because you got to play it at the Gamescom conference.
I did.
You jerk.
So new hardware announcements this week. The 2DS got the 2DS got announced.
So everybody thought this was a joke.
It looks like a joke.
Kind of does actually.
It looks like a Fisher Price toy, like a kid's toy.
Right.
Like it's a tablet that has 2 screens.
Now Nintendo considers themselves as a toy
company. Yeah.
So this is them living up to their name.
It's just I don't understand it. It's supposed to be portable. Even as an adult man, I don't think that thing would fit in my pocket.
I think they just wanted to be cheap.
Yeah.
It's a handheld because you can hold it, but really the main selling point for that unit is that it's cheap. It's $130.
Yeah.
It'll play your 3DS games, but in 2D.
And it'll play regular
big
DS.
thing. And then it'll play all of your DS games except for the Guitar Hero game that utilized the
Game Boy Advance
slot. So yeah, I mean, it comes out during October 12th, which is the same day and date with Pokemon X and Y. So
I am fearing that they're gonna release a Pokemon Edition 2DS.
No.
Just to drive the system.
And I'd never forgive them if they did that.
And I feel like I would have to buy it.
Oh my god! I
haven't seen what the back of the thing looks like.
It's either red or
it's just
blue.
Solid.
Yeah.
Just one solid piece. That's weird.
Because it's actually...
It's got a camera on it still.
Yeah, and it's interesting because the cameras it has 2 cameras on the back, so it's 3D
So it takes 3D pictures?
Right. So you can use your SD card and put that in a 3DS and look at your 3D pictures. Yeah, isn't it?
They're going to come up with an attachment that goes over the top screen that turns the top screen 3D.
That's going to be... No. And that attachment's going to be $40.
Yeah.
And then everybody's just going to shoot themselves in the head. So
I guess this is Nintendo's way of lowering the price of the 3DS.
Right.
Without actually lowering the price of the 3. It's like what Sony does with the PlayStation 3. They never lower the price of the system. They just raise the hard drive size.
Exactly. But in this case, they actually develop something that it's way cheaper to manufacture. Because it's actually only one screen.
Instead of being 4 pieces, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, it's one solid.
It's just like one bulk. There's no hinge that you have to worry about. There's no dual screen. There's no 3D screen. It's one screen with like plastic over it so that the aspect is exactly like the original 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
And, everything else they manufacture with the 3DS. I mean, it has the DS slot, or the 3DS slot. The buttons are all the same, I'm sure. The 3D
It just looks weird.
The same.
Just looks weird.
It does. I'm not going to lie. It looks pretty pathetic. But it's cheap, and that's why they made it. They were like, how do we lower the price of the 3DS? We can't. How do we make a cheaper 3DS? What if we took the 3D part out? What else can we do in this case?
Yeah.
Because, if they made a 3DS without the 3D screen, that would be way too confusing.
Yeah. Because it would look exactly the same.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Nintendo's just trying to save some money and move some hardware. And they're going to do that this holiday, I think, too, by dropping the Wii U down $50. So it's only going to be $299 now.
Yeah, it's surprising that this Wii U didn't have like the Wii taken out of it.
And just the Wii U tablet?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's the gamepad. You buy the gamepad and play your Wii games.
The awesome part about them announcing the price drop is they also announced a system to go with that. The Zelda system.
A specific bundle, yeah.
So you get... it's $299. It comes with the 32 gig, I guess, Black Edition.
Yep.
It's got a Zelda-themed gamepad, which is awesome. I'm totally going to do an unboxing video, so keep an eye for that, because I've got to get one. I'm a huge Zelda fan. It comes with a download for Hyrule Historia, which is the book that just came out in like June. It covers all of Zelda stuff. And then it comes with a digital copy of Wind Waker HD for the Wii U. So it's just a download version, which I'm fine with. Digital gaming doesn't really bother me. The only thing that really bothers me is that there's a collector's edition of Wind Waker HD now as well. That comes with a 5-inch Ganon figure.
So it's like, hey, you got to buy both if you want everything.
Yeah, and how much is that game? $100?
No, it's actually $60.
Oh, $60.
Interesting, yeah. So $60 originally was going to be the price point for the regular edition of the game, but now they were like, hey, that's the collector's edition, and we're going to throw in a figure. If you want the regular edition, it's $50.
That's not bad. $10 more for that Ganon figure is totally worth it. Yeah. So it looks really cool. I cannot wait to play Zelda. The cool thing about the system too is it comes out 2 weeks before the game even comes out.
Yes, that's a big deal. It comes out
September 20th.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting to note that that's not the only way you can get that game early. If you buy the digital copy of that game, you get it on September 20th.
Okay, awesome. So digital, you get 2 weeks early. I wish more companies would start doing that.
Wink, wink, Microsoft.
Yeah. Like, if they said, like, Halo 5, get it a month early.
You'd be like, digital copy?
Yep, I would pay $50 for a digital copy or $60 for a digital copy.
I'd pay $65. Just kidding. No, I wouldn't. Don't you dare get that idea.
Speaking of Microsoft...
Wait.
What?
I was going to say something else about the Wii U. Do you consider Wind Waker HD remake a new game?
Yes, absolutely.
God damn, alright.
It comes with 20 hours of extra
Microsoft.
content. So Microsoft announced absolutely nothing on a release date for the Xbox One, unfortunately. We still don't know. It will come out, but I'm guessing this holiday. If they're smart, they would release it on November 14th. The day before the PlayStation 4 comes out. They need to work out something to get a hold on this market because, unfortunately, they're losing a lot of traction to Sony now.
So, just give some backstory in case you've been living under a rock or, for whatever reason, God forbid, relying on us for your information. But during this past month, it was Gamescom, and Sony revealed their release date, November 15th. Microsoft didn't give a hint. They stuck by their November date. And then after Gamescom, it was the GameStop Manager Conference.
Yep.
And after the GameStop Managers Conference, it was PAX. So 3 events that they could have.
They've had plenty of opportunity.
Exactly. To made it public on when the release date actually is. And there's been all kinds of rumors flying around. For the longest time, it was like November 8th.
November 8th was the day.
Right.
That was the day that everybody was convinced.
And now they're like, oh, it's not going to be November 8th, whatever. And then people are saying November 11th, because 11th, 12th, 13th, oh, wouldn't that be a marketing blessing, blah, 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 bullshit.
And Call of Duty did that like 10 years ago, or 3 years ago.
Yeah, and then Skyrim did it for 11/11/11.
Yeah.
So whatever. I don't think it's going to be that date. And now people are like, oh, it's going to be late November because of this Doritos Mountain Dew thing. And it's like, just let them announce it. What?
Yeah.
Just wait. Be patient. The date's coming.
This is 2 months out from the largest hardware release in the past 7 years, 8 years. It's kind of crazy that they're not saying anything yet.
They're waiting.
Yeah.
And they already know Sony's date, so literally they're at an advantage because now they have the ability to decide: do we want to launch before? Do we want to launch after? Do we want to launch on the same day? Which I think would be crazy.
Yeah, it would be insane.
Yep.
The biggest thing for for example, me as a consumer, if I plan on getting both consoles, if one comes out a week before, I'm probably gonna put the most money into that console. Oh, I'll get an extra controller. Oh, I'll get 3 more games. Oh, I'll get all this other stuff. By the time the next console comes out, I'm like, I just need the console. I have no more money.
I mean, honestly, if you're thinking about getting both consoles, you're probably pretty well off. Because that's a $900 investment just on system.
Yeah,
so if you're like, $900, whatever, you're probably good.
Yeah.
In reality, I think the concern is what parents are going to get for their kids for their holiday. It's like, hey...
They're going to get Wii U's because that's all that's going to be left.
And it's going to be $50 cheaper.
Exactly. You can get a Wii U and a 2DS for the same price as an Xbox.
Oh, God. It's sad but true. It's actually cheaper than an Xbox One.
Yeah.
But let's be real. The kid's going to want to play the newest Call of Duty because that's all they play.
And that is not on the Wii U.
And that is not on the Wii U.
And unfortunately, Activision and EA have already made that decision for Nintendo.
Yeah. EA especially, man. There hasn't been a sports game, and there's not going to be a sports game released for that system.
No.
Until they start moving boxes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But, yeah. I don't know. I think, really, the parent's going to be like, what's out, what's hot, what does my kid want, what do you... like?
Yeah.
And I really think that whoever goes first gets the advantage. So I would think Microsoft would want to go first.
As long as they can support pre-orders with actual hardware, that'd be good.
That's another thing. I mean, realistically, are there going to be enough systems for a walk-in customer to come in? And yeah, I don't think so either.
People have made this decision months ago.
I kind of think that it really doesn't matter when Microsoft launches. Well, yeah, okay, it's probably not going to matter because in reality, both systems are going to be sold out for like 6 months.
Yeah.
So whatever, who cares when it comes out? You're not going to be playing it until the holidays, anyways.
Well, when they do announce a date, good news for people in Europe, you get a copy of FIFA included.
Yeah. The European version of the Xbox One, as long as it's a pre-order Xbox or Day
One editions, yeah.
You get a copy of FIFA 14. That's a pretty big deal because literally everybody in Europe buys that game.
Exactly. That'd be like it coming with Madden over here.
No, I think it's like I don't know. Over there, football, soccer over there in Europe, it's like. There's no comparison. There's no comparison.
Well, Microsoft also made some Xbox Live announcements. We already know that the new service is going to have 300,000 servers.
Yep.
They have huge improvements as far as like the headset, the chat functionality is going to sound a lot better. They've announced that the family plan got taken away on the Xbox 360, but there's going to be a new style of family plan for the Xbox One.
Do tell.
Well, basically, if you're the main account on your Xbox One and you have Gold, you can use all the features of Xbox Live Gold. Anybody that's in your household that has an account on that Xbox will be able to use Xbox Live Gold as well. Those users won't be able to migrate to another console, but you as the main account can. So
just to explain it in more detail, I have Xbox Live Gold. You don't have Xbox Live Gold. We're playing on this Xbox One over here. You have access to Xbox Live because my account is on this system.
Yeah.
I can go and then play on another Xbox One, play online, but then if you go to that Xbox One, you can't play online.
Yeah, I cannot access Gold on another account unless my account has Gold.
So my question is, what if the person whose house we went to, they have an account that has Xbox Live Gold? Wouldn't you just be able to do the same thing over there?
My account can't migrate.
So it's just
you can, let's say you and your 3 kids and whatever all have accounts on your Xbox.
Right.
Your kids cannot migrate their accounts to their friend's house, but you can migrate your account to someone else's.
So they can't take their account?
They cannot, no.
They
would have to pay for Xbox Live Gold for their account.
Okay. In order to use Xbox Live Gold, but they can still take their account to the friend's house and play the game locally.
Get achievements, do all... Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, cloud saving, you can do pretty much anything you want now.
Right.
So...
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. I guess that's the reason they got rid of family plans. Yeah, I don't know. So the 360 just got real-world currency.
Yeah, that was part of the new Xbox Live update. So that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
More points.
Yeah, if you haven't tried it yet, just go to try to buy something, and they're going to tell you we've added this amount of money into your account, and it'll change everything to dollar amounts.
No more crazy math with it.
Yeah, with points. Yeah. I think I have $3.50 on my account, which is a weird number to have. But the only thing I wish I could do is split payment. So I have $3.50 on my account. Bully's on sale for $3.74. I want to use that $3.50 from my account and then charge 24 cents to my credit card.
Oh, it won't let you do that?
You cannot do that.
It's either one or the other.
Yeah. I tried to use the money that was on my account.
And it was you don't have enough.
Yeah, it was grayed out. I couldn't click on it. I had to select my credit card.
Because, in Steam, it's okay, you want to use your Steam wallet? Cool.
And then you can pay the difference. Much. Yeah.
Come on, Microsoft.
They can do it. I'm sure they'll figure it out. It's just...
baby steps.
Yeah. At least we have real-world money on the accounts now. And they're going to...
It only took 7 years.
They're going to start releasing cards in stores instead of the points cards. It's going to be $15, $30, and $50. So no more $20 cards, which I think is weird because we've been used to that for so long. It's 1,600 points is $20. Now it's $15.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because the map packs are usually $15.
That's the majority of purchases on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. They also announced they're going to be supportive of indie developers too.
Yes, independent developer at Xbox.
I don't know if they're gonna are they gonna be doing more for the Xbox One, or are they gonna split it between the 360 and the Xbox One?
Right now, this is all Xbox One stuff.
Xbox One, okay.
Because in our last conversation, our last podcast, if I remember correctly, we talked about every Xbox One being a developer's kit.
Yeah.
It's not that simple. It's not like you and I can be like, let's make a game.
Yeah.
Let's access the development portion, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no. First of all, you have to sign up to ID at Xbox, which is their new...
XNA style?
Exactly. Their new program to accept applications from independent developers, people who don't have publishers behind them.
Yeah.
And basically, you get an ID at Xbox, and that allows you to make your console a development kit. And then...
So is it just a software update there? There's not even any hardware differences? That's weird.
I am not even going to pretend I know how they're going to make this work. I imagine if you become certified in ID at Xbox, they're like they just make a list. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. You're on this list. Your Xbox knows you're on this list somehow, one way or another. So you're able to access all the functionality of the Xbox One, that development kit portion. You can make your games, you can debug, you can let whoever test your games and do your own certification. That's cool. That's all fine and dandy. If you want to make a game and you want to release it free to play, that's fine. Charge microtransaction, that's cool. Whatever. If you want to release it for $15, that's cool. We support that. No problem. That's all cool. The only problem is that they're doing it in waves. They're not letting, like, I can't be like, oh, I'm an independent developer
because I'm first wave.
Exactly, because I made this Flash game on this website.
They're probably going to need to see some sort of credentials.
Exactly. So independent developers that have already made games and already have past experience at releasing console games, they'll be the first ones to get on this certification or Xbox at ID. And then it's just going to go on from there. So unfortunately, at launch of the Xbox One, we won't see a massive wave of indie games like we're seeing with the PlayStation 4. But there's no reason for those indie developers who made those games on PS4 to not transition over to Xbox One.
Yeah, and I know Sony said that a lot of the indie games that are in development for the PlayStation 4 are going to be exclusive for a time period.
Exactly. They're debuting
like
first.
Octodad that's coming out, that's going to be exclusive to the PlayStation 4 for like the first month.
Right.
And then it's going to release on Xbox One. So I'm sure that's how it'll be for a while because it's easier. I'm guessing it's going to be easier to just publish on the PlayStation 4, and then Microsoft's going to see that and say, okay, we'll go ahead and publish you on the on the Xbox One.
Because there'd be no reason not to. I mean, why wouldn't they want that?
It's extra money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why let
Sony
this money is sitting on the table?
Yeah. I mean, Sony's going to try to take as much as they can, so I don't blame them.
Yeah. So good news, more games for the Xbox One. And good news, thank God Sony has been all over this indie crave. Because, I mean, indie games are awesome. I buy indie games all the time on Steam.
Yeah.
And that's usually, before that was the only way to get indie games. But now they've I don't know, like, they've become super popular and people want to play them on their console.
Yeah.
And thank God for Sony for picking that up. Because, if they hadn't, Microsoft wouldn't have done this.
No, a few years ago, they had the XNA, but that wasn't as big of a push as I would have liked to see.
Right.
Because you could do stuff like you could create a game on your computer and then have it transfer to the Xbox and do all the debug stuff, but it never really went anywhere.
And that was stuff that you put on. For that stuff, it was the majority of that stuff was the Xbox indie game section.
Yeah. It wasn't like Xbox Live Arcade style.
Some of that stuff just transitioned over to Xbox Live Arcade, but the majority of that stuff didn't, and therefore you couldn't get achievement.
Like Shark Attack Deathmatch is different than Braid.
Right, exactly.
They may cost the same amount, but they're completely different games.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that because that's another thing. If on the ID at Xbox, if you become certified for that, you can, your games will have gamer score achievements.
Yeah.
You can use everything the Xbox One offers. You can use Kinect, you can use Cloud, you can use, whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's good to see that. And
for sure.
It's all thanks to Sony. Thank God for this competition.
Yeah.
Sony has been kicking Microsoft ass in the publicity and the marketing, and Microsoft has really been trying to play catch up and just trying to react.
As long as they keep up, man, I'm fine.
Exactly. I'm cool.
Yeah. So there's been a couple of new big trailers. I know that a lot of gamers are excited about. The new Call of Duty multiplayer trailer came out, and they've made a couple announcements. So you can fully customize your character now, which is awesome because you couldn't do that before. It was mainly just your loadouts and stuff. So now you can do full customization.
Cosmetic customization. Right?
Yeah. It's not going to affect your gameplay at all, but you look cool.
Yeah. You can play as a female now.
You can play as a female.
That's pretty big.
There are over 20,000 combinations for your character customization. Yeah. So
cool.
It's pretty cool.
The chances of you running into somebody else that looks exactly like you?
1 in 20,000. Yep.
Pretty high considering how many people play this game.
So, I mean, it'd be interesting. I know GameStop just announced that they're doing a pre-order bonus. You get the classic Ghost mask. So the Ghost from Modern Warfare, you get his mask for Ghosts, which looks really cool. So, Call of Duty knows how to put together a trailer. They throw some Eminem songs on there and a bunch of people shooting each other, and people go crazy for it. So
a lot of people go crazy for it.
Yeah. And then Grand Theft Auto had an online trailer as well.
Trailer looks awesome.
Yeah. So their base game comes out September 17th.
Yep.
The multiplayer does not start until October 1st.
Yep.
So I'm guessing they just want to give you time to get used to the game, actually play the story, because they don't want you to just jump straight into multiplayer. They want you to experience the world. But the multiplayer just looks insane. I don't think they've announced how many players can do it yet.
It's either 8 or 16.
8 or 16? But you have people like flying around in jets.
Yeah,
you have
it's
people
crazy because
running around on the ground. You have people in cars driving around. I mean, it's all this stuff happening at once.
Single player Grand Theft Auto, but with other people.
Yeah.
So they don't.
Why has there not been a GTA MMO yet?
Well, I mean that's what this is, right? GTA Online.
I guess. I would want like 64 player online.
Oh my god.
It would be ridiculous.
If I'm not mistaken, this is actually the first Grand Theft Auto that needs an online pass in order to use that online stuff.
Online pass?
Yeah, I think there's a code that comes
in the box. Nah, that's nothing new though.
That's true. It's just interesting that Grand Theft Auto is joining that.
I mean, Rockstar is part of Take-Two, which is part of 2K.
Yep.
2K has not implemented that yet, right?
Well, technically Borderlands. When you bought Borderlands,
it came with that extra character or the whatever it was.
Yeah. So
I guess they're sly about it. They're sly about it. They're like, "Oh, you want this extra stuff? Then you should buy it new." Yeah. But yeah, GTA Online looks pretty ridiculous. And I was able to see some gameplay, some live gameplay for it, and it looks
some single player live gameplay.
Yeah. The trailers they show don't do it justice. That's all I'm going to say. I mean,
which is crazy because these trailers all look amazing.
Being able to I was skeptical. I was like, there's no way you can change from one character to the other that easily. But it happens within like 30 seconds.
They're like, nope, whatever. Push a button.
Yep.
Whoop whoop whoop. Whoop whoop whoop.
Yeah, and that's it. That's how easy it is. And you can run. I mean, the fact that those characters live their own lives while you're doing other things is crazy too.
So yeah, that's interesting. Like literally, they run around and live their lives while you're taking control of another character, so that you leave one person in one place and you take control of another person. That person you left is doing, like, we'll be in a different situation than what you left them in.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's looking pretty sweet.
I approve.
So that's only 2 weeks out now.
It's going to be nuts.
Yeah, there's not really anything new coming out.
So in like 2 months when we make a new podcast,
exactly,
that's what we have been playing.
Exactly, Grand Theft Auto. So Diablo comes out this week.
Tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
As of this recording.
We should do Let's Play for Diablo.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Okay,
dude, right.
So we're going to do Diablo Let's Play. Keep an eye out for that.
Expect that next year. Based on our track record.
What else comes out the week after that?
It's Diablo.
September 10th.
And, I know something does come out. What is it? Damn
no idea.
Give me about 10 hours. I'll remember.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Moving on.
The next thing we have
we're off topic. We went from talking about independent games with Sony and Microsoft to going into Grand Theft Auto somehow or another. Let's get this train back on the tracks. I guess if we're going to keep going with this current topic with Grand Theft Auto, let's talk about the GameStop Managers Conference. Because you're a manager, I'm not a manager. I don't get all the shiny shenanigans you got, and I didn't get to go to Vegas and do all that stuff. But you got to see Grand Theft Auto. What else did you get to see? Talk about that. More specifically, I'm going to get to the point, talk about Titanfall, because that game looks amazing.
Titanfall is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Call of Duty player myself, but I played Modern Warfare series a lot, and it's made by Respawn. So it's the ex-Infinity Ward guys that went off, created their own company, and they are working exclusively with Microsoft now on this game.
Well, not exclusively with Microsoft. They're working with EA, and then Microsoft made a deal with EA where they're like, hey,
it's only for Xbox One and
this
Xbox
game is shiny.
Yeah.
Let's make it for our platforms.
So
Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PC.
In PC, yeah.
And it's my understanding that Respawn Entertainment is not handling the Xbox 360 port. Somebody else is working on that.
I have no idea. I played it on PC with an Xbox controller.
Correct. So let's talk about that.
So it's a first-person shooter. You have 3 different classes you can choose from, and then you have 3 different classes of mechs you can choose from. And each of those have different abilities and weapons and whatever. This is just what I play.
The demo, right? Yeah.
This is not
the final count.
Don't take my word for this. I have no idea what it's going to be like. So the mechs work like a kill streak where you get enough kills and then you can spawn a mech and then you can jump into that and then run around in a mech. But they balance the game well enough to where as a soldier you have like a super heavy weapon that will let you take that any mech.
Anti-Titan weapon.
Yeah. And they're pretty powerful. You get 2 or 3 guys going against one Titan and it's done. When you're getting ready to die in the Titan, you can mash the X button really quick, and you shoot up in the air, and then you have full control while you're in the air too, so you can shoot at people while you're coming back down.
Nice.
You have a double jump, so your first jump is just normal jump. The second jump is like a jetpack, and it jettisons you just up a little bit. Your character will automatically grab on windowsills and ledges and stuff and pull himself up automatically. You can free run in the world to an extent. From what I played, pretty much any flat surface I was able to kind of slide against and then jump out. Similar to Mirror's Edge.
And is that just from holding the sprint button? The character does it automatically?
Yeah. You just jump towards something and you'll hit it and move.
Gotcha.
And then you can jump across that too. Yeah, I did some pretty cool stuff like reaching into a Titan as a Titan and grabbing the person out and killing them. That's pretty awesome. Just getting into the Titan itself is cool because you just run underneath it and you jump in and then the screens come on. It looks, it's an awesome game.
Super fast, super fluid. Very, very fast paced.
I think I went 8 and 6.
Sweet.
In a 15-minute match. It's like an objective-based single-player story with other people playing with and against you.
Right, because it's all multiplayer. There is no single-player campaign.
I'd assume it's similar to how Brink did it.
Right.
Where you choose a faction, but it's always online. So it's always people going against other people.
And then there's a story revolving around that match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, so talk more about the Titans. You said the Titans are kind of like a kill streak, so you only get a Titan if you get so many kills?
I think I got into Titan 3 times in a 15-minute match.
Gotcha.
The cool thing is, too, is if you die while you have a Titan available, you can choose to spawn in a Titan. So you just hit the X button to change between Titan or Soldier, and then when you spawn as a Titan, it just drops out of the sky and you're already in the suit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Other stuff that I played... I played Need for Speed on the PlayStation 4, and that looks awesome.
The Need for Speed Rivals?
Yeah. The graphics on these games, it's just... you can watch a trailer, but you can't see the full high definition of it on YouTube, or, there's just no way to see it until you see it.
Makes sense. Because, a lot of times these trailers get uploaded, and they're going to get compressed.
Yeah,
and then
even 1080p,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And YouTube only lets you play the video at 30 frames per second. I'm sure some of these games are running at twice that resolution.
Yeah, 60.
Because Titanfall, I know the Respawn guys, they're set on making that game 60 frames a second.
Yeah. What else did I play? I played Forza on the Xbox One.
I'm gonna play the crap out of that when that comes out.
The controller's awesome for the Xbox One and for the PlayStation 4. Both of them feel really good.
Which one's better?
I like the feel of the PlayStation 4 controller a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. The impulse triggers and the rumble for the Xbox One controller, though, is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because, Forza, you can feel oversteer and understeer in the whole controller when it's happening. So... it's hard to explain. You really just have to feel it. But both the games looked amazing. Yeah, and the systems are...
Did you get to use the little touchpad on the PS4?
I did not.
Oh.
I should have tried.
What about the guide button on the new Xbox One controller? Is it out of reach?
No.
Is it annoying?
The controller's a lot smaller than you think it is.
Really?
Yeah. It's smaller than a 360 controller. The face buttons are a lot closer together. So they're not as spread out and they're a lot flatter. They don't feel like little bubbles. The sticks they're smooth on the inside, but then they have a
rugged.
On the outside of it. It holds your thumb in more than just the little nubs that have on the 360 controllers. The D-pad I didn't really use at all. And the triggers have more pressure sensitive. And I guess now I'm so used to the 360 controller where it just feels like that's an additional button. On the Xbox One you can feel a lot more it's got a lot more resistance to it.
Okay.
It feels like a trigger.
Okay,
so,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's more analog than it was on the 360.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I played the Adventure Time game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we broke that one. Somebody used a super ability and the screen went blank, and then the lady came over and she was like, "Uh-oh." So we had to restart. But that game's cool, man. It's like a 4-player dungeon crawler similar to Diablo style. You just go through different dungeons and just kill enemies. You get abilities. You level up. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Just remembered the game that comes out September 10th.
What's that?
Well, at least one of them. Kingdom Hearts 1.5.
That's already coming out.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
September 10th. There you go.
Make sure to pick up Kingdom Hearts because that game's gonna be awesome.
Would you consider that a new game? I guess.
Yes, absolutely, dude.
That's a new game.
That's got Final Mix on it.
Yeah, that's Kingdom Hearts 1 and then another Kingdom Hearts game. So.
Yeah.
So Adventure Time. What else?
I think that's it.
So Adventure Time, Forza, Need for Speed,
Titanfall. The line for Titanfall is what killed us.
Yeah.
Because I waited in line for an hour and a half to play 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Must have been fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It was cool.
Awesome.
Saw Larry Herb playing it. He played before us, so it was cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, the GameStop Manager Conference, it's the expo part of it is definitely worth going to. If you're able to go out there, if you live in the area, LA, definitely worth it. It's basically like a mini E3. It's very limited to the number of tickets they sell, so you can get in there with, less than like 5,000 people. So, you got a lot more opportunity to play the things you want to play and see the things you want to see. So, definitely worth going.
Cool games.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what else we got?
That's it.
That can't be it.
Headsets will work on the Xbox One.
There you go.
With an adapter. So I think Microsoft or Turtle Beach or Mad Catz is going to sell an adapter for the Xbox One. Because the plug is different on the controller. They switched it up again. So
shocker.
Yeah. PlayStation 4 is still going to use Bluetooth, so your Pulse or Pulse Elite Bluetooth headset's going to work just fine on PlayStation 4.
But your DualShock 3s will not.
Yeah, no.
Which is a bummer.
And the thing is, like, with the PlayStation Eye, I don't know why they support the Move. Games like Just Dance are not even going to require the Move. It's going to work like a Kinect.
Oh, really?
You just stand in front of the camera.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So that camera, it's a $60 accessory for the PlayStation 4. And you're telling me it works kind of like Kinect.
Yep. High definition. It just works on, like, it sees people. It's nowhere near what the Kinect can do. So.
Did you get to mess around with the new Kinect?
No.
Kinect version 2?
No.
You did say that you saw the new Harmonix game, Fantasia.
Fantasia looks amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude, that game's going to be awesome.
I didn't realize this is the new version of Kinect.
It does. It's coming out for the Xbox and the Xbox One, or the 360 and the Xbox One. This is confusing now. Basically, you go into a world, and then in that world you have different objects you interact with, and then certain objects will play an entire song. So when you're playing that song, you interact with the world. Instead of like following notes like you would in a normal like Rock Band or Guitar Hero, you're creating the music as you go, and then you can change the style of music in the middle of the song. So you could play like Queen, and then you could put like a dubstep remix on it or an electronic remix on it, and you continue to play, and you can do that multiple times to the same song. So you get a different song like every time you play.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. You can create your own like guitar solos and stuff, just like you did in like Rock Band, where they just let you push all the buttons, whatever. But you make shapes on the screen, and then the game follows your hand and does that. And then once you're done with the song, it adds that song to the soundtrack of that world. So that just plays in the background. And then there's certain objects you can interact with that will add instruments to the soundtrack without having to play like an entire song. So like one of them, the ones that I saw was you are like underwater and you touch these little clams and they're like different drums. And so you touch all the different drums you want to hear, and then it plays it in a loop like over and over again.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
And you back out into the main world and it'll play those drums every now and then. So that game's going to be really good. If you've ever seen Fantasia, the Disney movie.
Awesome movie.
Yeah. They basically took the idea of that, and then they said, what if Disney had made something like that for the past 70 years? So it incorporates old classical music all the way up until now. So you have a good variety of music that can be worked into the world. So it looks really cool.
Sounds pretty awesome. I'll probably pick that up.
Yeah. The problem with like seeing all this stuff is I don't know what I can talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You had to sign NDAs?
No. I think I signed that when I get my job, though. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about. So, like Fantasia is like public knowledge now.
So what isn't public knowledge?
That's a good question. Mm-hmm.
So you got to see that Halo 5.
No, I didn't see Halo 5. They announced the number for Halo, and it's Halo 5.
Gasp!
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? At Gamescom, they announced the new Fable.
Oh, for
Legends?
Yeah. For the Xbox One?
Fable Legends for the Xbox One.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to be another Kinect game.
No.
No?
I don't think it is. It's supposed to be 4 players and then a 5th player.
So like Fable Heroes.
Yeah, like Fable Heroes, but with next-gen graphics and whatever.
Okay.
And so the big thing with Fable is that you get to create your own hero.
Mm-hmm.
So far in this game, what they've announced is that you don't create your own hero. You just assume the role of one of these kind of the different, like either the different class.
Yeah.
And that class has its own hero. So it's 4 players at all times, whether you're playing with other people or whether you're playing with AIs. And like I said, you get to play, you pick the mage, you pick the thief, kind of, you pick the knight, whatever. You play as that character. You don't get to make your person. You don't get to decide if they're male or female. You don't get to decide if they're good or bad. You know, if you're
just assume the role.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then one person can assume the role as a villain, and they can do that with the smart glass. Mm-hmm. And it works kind of like how, remember when we played Zombie U?
Yeah.
And one person was controlling the different enemies with the
gamepad. Yeah.
And then the other person was fighting them. Kind of like that. But I mean, my understanding is this is all really, really early. So we'll have to wait and see, because apparently this thing doesn't even have they're not even talking about release date. They're not saying, definitely not anytime soon, and probably not next year. So I see it as an act of desperation that Microsoft doesn't have any like real first-party games. Because before, when the 360 launched, it was like Halo, Mass Effect, Gears of War.
After the initial launch, it's pretty slow for both consoles.
And that happens because people need time to develop. Well, developers need time to develop these games. It just sucks that Microsoft isn't. Well, at least they're not announcing, too many first-party games. Yeah. Yes, we know there's Halo 5, and that's going to come out next year. But they haven't announced a new Gears of War, and honestly, I think people are a little burnt out on Gears.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, probably not.
I think Epic's done with Gears now. Yeah. Honestly.
And they kind of, I think Crackdown 3 may be official, but if it's not, they've hinted at it, a million times.
I want a Viva Pinata for the Xbox One. I want Rare to get off this Killer Instinct garbage.
What? Whoa! Calm
down.
You need to calm down, sir.
No, looks pretty awesome. Killer Instinct does look really good.
That's an interesting game we can talk about. It's so you get your first character free just for buying an Xbox One, and you get to download the game. You get to play on all the different stages, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. But if you want to play as another character, you have to pay for that character. Yeah. And they're $5 a character, 5 other characters, or you can pay $20 and get all the characters.
They are releasing Xbox Live Gold cards, 12-month cards that come with an exclusive character as well.
And then that's also crazy. And then
so $20 is about what you would pay for an arcade game anyway. Mm-hmm. So
it's just that it's a fighting game and it only has 6 characters. That's crazy.
They will probably release more.
And they will. It's just interesting because they said, we already have Season 2 in the line. That's going to be another $20, and that adds 8 characters, if I'm not mistaken. Or something along those lines. And then I know they also have a limited edition, or a collector edition or whatever, for this digital item, where it's $40 and you get everything and you get some extra skins for your characters, but then you also get a copy of the original Killer Instincts, which is kind of cool, but
interesting. Yeah, I'll have to see how this digital market works on these new consoles.
Exactly. And it's exciting that they're releasing. My understanding is all the games that come out on retail are going to be day one digital as well.
I hope so.
For PS4 for sure, and probably for Xbox One.
Yeah. PlayStation already does that.
Exactly.
Microsoft is about a week late.
Yeah.
But
Payday being the most recent example.
Yeah, and that was super hard to find, and I think they would have made a ton of money digitally
if it was day
releasing it. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
So, yeah. Anything else you got going on? Anything you're looking forward to in the next month or so?
GTA, then Pokemon.
Pokemon for sure.
So that's my September, and that's my October. and then definitely the Xbox One in November.
Yeah.
And then Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me in the next month or so is going to be the Wind Waker.
Really?
Yep. So that comes out like the day I go on vacation, that bundle. So
that's awesome.
I'll
be playing that all day.
Yep, I'll be playing that for a long time, and I'll try to put some videos together. I know it's one of those games. I think if I have some video guides up, they'll definitely get watched just because they're going to be a brand new audience to this game.
That's true.
So
not that there's much of an audience for the Wii U currently.
This is very true, but I think this bundle is going to sell systems.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I can definitely see some people picking up this system specifically for this bundle.
And that's
the price
I
drop.
said that months ago. I don't know if I ever said it on one of our podcasts, but I said if there's a Zelda Wii U that comes out, it's going to happen.
No, I think you did say
I am going to buy one. So
I'll buy the next year bundle when they announce
Smash Brothers?
A Smash Brothers bundle, or if they do the new Zelda bundle.
Or
if a new Metroid bundle. Come on, Nintendo. So many games.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. They have so many huge first-party titles that they don't do anything with.
It's mind-boggling.
They got a new Donkey Kong coming out this year, though. So
whoopie-doo.
Yeah, it looks like Donkey Kong Country
for the Wii
Return. Yeah.
Or for the 3DS that they also came out with.
So we'll see. I mean, they
do have the new Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U.
That's true.
That looks interesting.
You can turn into a cat.
Yeah, that's exciting.
The cool thing they brought back in that game is like each character has their own ability. You know how like Mario 2, where like Luigi he jumps and then he runs and he goes up a little more.
Yep.
Those abilities are in that game now too.
That's pretty awesome.
So I guess Peach is gonna have the little floaty thing. I don't know what the Toads are gonna do. I can't remember I never played them.
Toads are a little bit quicker just because they're cowards.
They're tiny. Yeah.
All they do is run away.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think we have anything else to go over. Maybe we'll do another podcast in a week. I want to see what gets announced that I know, so that we can talk about what I learned in the past week. I don't want to like let all this information go like 2 days after I get back, because I don't want to get in trouble. So we'll plan
talk
on
about that stuff after the podcast.
Yeah, we'll plan on doing another podcast in I don't know, by next Monday. I think would be good. GTA week's probably not going to happen though. But
yeah, after GTA week for sure.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, everyone, and definitely subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and Google Plus and Twitter and
do all that
stuff. You can email us unreliablestudio@gmail.com if you have any questions, comments, anything you want us to talk about, any sponsorships you want to offer. We'll definitely accept those because we want to get back on Podomatic, but I just don't have the money to support that right now. So
we're both broke.
Yeah. I know it sounds like I'm like buying a ton of games and stuff, but there's other things going on, I promise.
Life is expensive.
Yeah. Just definitely let us know what you guys think. We get a few comments here and there on our videos, but
and we greatly appreciate them.
Yeah, for sure. We just like to know what you guys think and what you want to see in the future, so just let us know. So thanks for watching.
Peace!